Hello everyone, I am the Loon and welcome to another episode of Not Redstone with the Loon, but something a little more for you. So this is a world restorer that is very user-friendly that you can put into your creative worlds or onto your servers that will allow you to easily remove any creations that didn't work or fill in any holes. So let's just say that I was building a redstone creation and it blew up, or I was just blowing stuff up for fun, but I want the world back as it was, and I'm not going to go down here and fill in every single piece of white glass, and if it were on a server, I'm definitely not going to shut off the server just to use MCEdit. So instead, you can use what I've made for you here, step on this pressure plate and get an egg that says use world restorer. Now if we look in our inventory, it says right click to restore a 3x3 area. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to right click, and you can see that this 3x3 chunk is now back as it was. If I put it here, it'll be a little more easy to see. You can see that it restores the world just like it was, and I can just go around right clicking and restoring the world nice and easy. Also, if it just so happens that you're a couple of million blocks away and you really don't want to go back to that, then it'll send a message in chat every minute or any length of time that you set it to, and if you click it, it'll give you this egg even if you aren't there. So this may look kind of familiar, or work kind of familiar to something I did in the past. A few months ago I uploaded a video on a very much more basic world restorer. This one's a lot more fancy and a lot more user-friendly. The other one you had to enter a whole bunch of different set block commands and fill commands, and it was really just a pain in the butt. Of course, that's not to mention every time you used it there would be a couple million ink sacks on the ground. That was even worse. There are a few catches with this thing. If you do want to put it in the world, you're going to have access to the world save file, and you must have command blocks enabled, because that is how this is based. And of course, if you do want this in your world, I'm not going to give you all the different commands. I'm just going to give you an MCEdit schematic, so you can download that, download MCEdit, and plop this right into your world nice and easy. So when you're in MCEdit like this, you're going to have to place this inside of your spawn chunks. So the easiest way to do that is to click this move spawn point button, and then click the tab right here on the left that says go to spawn, and that'll take me to the world spawn point, and we can just fly up out of the floor, and we go to import, and now this will open a folder if you're on Windows. I'm not sure how it's going to work on Mac. You're going to just double click the world restorer.schematic file, and here it is, and then you can just click on your floor just like that. And personally I like it to have our sea lanterns, which are these unknown blocks, flush with the floor just like this, and then you can make sure that you have unchecked copy error. By default it's like this, but we don't want that. Make sure you do not hit rotate, roll, flip, or mirror, and then the last thing you can do is uncheck copy biomes, and then hit import, and then hit Control S to save, and then go back into your world. Now that you've done that, you should see it right here in your said world, and there's only one thing you actually have to do to configure it. Now the way this works is it's going to be cloning this 3x3 area to your squid. So make sure that this is how you want your world to be. So in this case it's already the same because we unchecked the box, but if you want to change it, this is how you would do that. Like I said, it's very user-friendly compared to my last one. All you have to do is break this thread wool and open up this command block right here. So you will have to make sure that you have permission to do this on your server. So the first thing is you can delete this message here all the way up to the other quotation mark. Once you have deleted that message, you should see that all you have left is /execute @e yada 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 yada. Now if we go to this part here, you'll see the variables A, B, C, and D. Now you're going to have to replace these with a set of raw coordinates. So A and C are going to be your X and Z coordinate from one corner of this 3x3 area. So I'll just do the one closest because it's more convenient. Now you'll see that it is at 809, so that's going to replace our A. We're going to skip the middle number, and then the B is going to be the -1305. So I'm going to put that in. It's important while you're doing this to remove the letter completely before you enter it in your coordinates. No tildes, make sure you have the negative positive correct as well. Our C and D variables are also going to be replaced with an X and Z coordinate. That's going to be in the opposite corner that you did originally. So the coordinates for me now are going to be 811, so I'll put that in, and negative 1,307. Once you've done that, you can replace the sea lantern on top like this, and you're almost done. The last thing you might want to do is change the timer length that says the message in chat. So what you do is just go to the left of the tower of 3 command blocks and open up this command block right here. Inside this command block, you will see, if you go all the way to the beginning of the command, a number right here. In this case, by default is 1,200, but you can change it to whatever you like. For every 20 that are here, that is going to be 1 second of time. So in this case, it's 1 minute. If I wanted to make it 2 minutes, I could just replace the number with 2,400. Or if I wanted to make it 1 minute again, I could put it right back. And after you've done that adjusting, all you have to do is take the sea lantern, plop it back on top, and you're ready to go. So all you have to do is press the button of magical buttons, and you will see that those turn into redstone blocks, or maybe not if the world isn't made of glass like it is here, and you will see the message appear in chat. So now you can either walk onto this pressure plate to get the egg, or click it in chat, and the world restorer should be running. And to prove all you skeptics that it is working, if I just click here, you'll see it'll get rid of this roof, and it'll fill this in properly. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So there is one thing I'd like to mention. You have to make sure you place this in your spawn chunks. It is cloning this 3x3, so make sure this is how you want it, your world to be looking, that is. And there is one thing that may be important that I should probably mention, and that's inside these command blocks there is one armor stand, which is crucial to the design of this thing. So if you have some sort of entity problem on your server, this is just a sort of heads up for you. Well, everybody, that's all you need to put this in your world and start using it. So I'd like to thank you for watching very much. I'm really proud of this thing. And if you would please leave a rating, likes and dislikes are appreciated. Please tell me exactly how I'm doing. And then go down to the comments section and leave a comment, preferably with some constructive criticism. I love reading it, and it really helps me to improve my content. But until next time, see ya.